Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Happy 2024. I cannot believe it is already here. I feel like I just got used to writing 2023 and everything, and here we are learning to write 2024 all over again. Anyway, I'm so glad to have you guys here. Today I'm going to be talking about prepping for a no-buy month, which is what I am doing all of January. So I'm going to be kind of sharing with you what I am doing to prepare for that, or I should say past tense, what I did the last week of December to prepare for this no-buy January. And I'm hoping to extend it beyond that. We'll see how it goes. But I thought I would start small and just do a solid 30 days or a solid month. We'll check in at the end of the month, see how we did, and then we'll go from there with maybe either new financial goals, new like no-buy goals, specific categories that I want to continue not purchasing and things like that. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And I'm really excited because I've done a very light version of no-buys in the past, especially on January. Now, doing a no-buy in January for me personally is one of my favorite things to do at the beginning of the year. We're coming off of a very busy holiday season where we probably spent a little more than we would have planned and things like that. Now, for our family personally, we do not spend a ton of money on the gift things, mostly because we do try to buy wisely. We buy a lot of secondhand. If you're new here, I did a lot of thrifted gifts for my kids for Christmas this year. And that's not to say that everything was thrifted, but the things that were not thrifted were bought either small business items that were on sale and stuff. So even though we shopped wisely when it came to the gifts, there's always those last minute things that tend to sneak in, whether it be pitch-ins, get together, gift swaps, things like that just add up really, really quickly, especially in the actual near the end of the month and things like that. January is such a great time to just reset. It's coming again off of a very busy season. It's a slower month for us personally. Praise the Lord that we're slowing down a little bit. But it's just a great time for me to be able to reset a couple different areas of my life, again, financially, get us back on track so that way by February and March we're back to beginning, I should say. Also for me, another reason why I wanted to do a no-buy is this is a great mindset and mental kind of training mindset too as well. Because for me personally, I do quite a bit of extra shopping starting in September, whether it be little gifts here and there or really constantly looking out for sales because I do try to shop wisely and things like that. And then near the fall is also when I also get the next summer's clothing. So I'm always online looking for either end of the year clearance sales and things like that. So all that to say is that the fall and winter, because I do shop off season and because that includes Christmas and all the holidays and things like that, it is a lot more money spent on the last few months of the year than really any other time of the year. And another reason why I wanted to do the no-buy in January, again, it's the financial reset. And the reason why I wanted to say the mental mindset shift is when it comes to the money spending habits. And this is a personal one for me as well, is because like I just mentioned, we buy a lot of extra the last few months of the year. Sometimes it can be weird to stop buying, stop looking, stop shopping at all. And so this is a challenge for me personally because I have everything we need for the winter. I have everything we need even for the summer because I bought a year ahead last year when it came to their summer clothing. So there really isn't anything that I am needing per se. I even already have their summer shoes bought that I bought at the end of the year, like closeout clearances online and things like that. So there really is not a need to buy anything, honestly, probably till March. I'm assuming all the way until March. But I'm only going to do this January. For me, I realized that smaller goals are much more achievable, but then thinking, oh no, I have to wait 2 months before I buy anything or do anything. So we're gonna start with all of January and then see where that goes. Hi. Anyway, that is my reason why, as far as why I wanted to do a no-buy January. Again, it's the financial reset. It's the retraining my brain now to stop looking for things to buy because I don't need anything right now. And I'm very also thankful. I did find some incredible deals. I mean, if you have time to look off season, and if you have the budget to be consistently buying off season a year ahead, that is a great way to save money while it is you're kind of buying pretty much every season, but you're buying for the following year. It really helps. And I found that this past year, I think it was last year when we were very tight budget because we had just purchased another property. And I remember it being very thankful that I didn't really need to go buy any necessities because I had planned for the year ahead. So if you are able to buy off season a whole year out, that's wonderful. So that has been a huge money saving thing for our family because when you do have a season of life where you might not be able to get the necessities and everything, it's nice to already have them on hand. So really after thinking about my reason why, the next thing I really try to do is set that goal. As I mentioned before, my goal is very simple. It's just for 30 days. But because, again, I just came out of that busy season of buying, it's probably going to be a challenge. I'm only going to assume because it's been a while since I've done a no-buy. So after I thought of my reason why, I created a simple goal. The next thing I did was actually just go through my house and do a quick inventory of everything I had on hand, and then make a last-minute shopping list of everything I knew that I would need at least until March. Because if I did a successful no-buy in January, I did want to extend it to February, which meant I wanted my next big all the things shopping list to happen in March. So that's kind of my goal, as I am planning to have a no-buy in January, hoping to extend it through February. And again, we'll do some check-ins and see how we're doing with that. But really taking inventory and seeing what I need. So there's a couple things that are excluded from this no-buy, and a couple of those are our fresh veggies, any like dairy products, eggs, things like that. But I'm gonna be doing a lot of shelf cooking. So I'm a little nervous about that. It's been a while since I've used the odds and ends and things like that to throw together some meals, and I'm probably going to be sharing with you guys periodically throughout the month of January, possibly even into February again, some shelf cooking with me on either Instagram and then on probably YouTube Shorts. They won't be in a long format, but the different recipes that I do have, I will probably share those with you, because I think shelf cooking, you can run out of ideas pretty quickly. And for me, something that I do is like, I have a lot of staples on hand, so our meats and our frozen veggies, our potatoes, our grains, and things like that. But when it comes to actually cooking from those, like a can of random like beans, or a can of random like, I don't know, whatever you want to like have in the back of your pantry, it's one of those things where that one can isn't enough to feed a whole family, but I just need to use it up, you know, because it's like on the last leg here, on the last year. And another thing I want to mention as well when it comes to shelf cooking, now this is again a subjective thing because every family is different. For us personally, I like to have a certain amount of items on hand at all times. I do a food rotation. There's a minimum 6-month supply of most grains in our home. So those are the things that I will not tap into, and I will continue repurchasing throughout the month if I am using the said item. So for example, I like to have so much rice on hand. So instead of using all of our backup supply, I will continue purchasing and then use up that backup supply, but not completely diminish my inventory, if that makes sense. So things like that where I do continue purchasing, so I will not completely use every single thing of any type of grain or any type of like baking thing and things like that, because again, I always like to have that extra supply on hand. But that is just our family in general. And if you do that as well, then you probably are familiar with the way food rotation works. So for me personally, there was a few staples that I knew I'd be using more of. Again, I purchased another probably 5 to 10 pounds of rice, which isn't a ton. So that's something we already did purchase. The other thing I did purchase as well is things like dish soap, dishwasher detergent, and just simple things like that that I know will run out of between now and March. Again, these are all necessities I'm gonna have to purchase anyway. I just didn't want to do it in the no-buy month. But again, the exclusions during the no-buy is gonna be all the fresh stuff and things that honestly can't keep past a couple of weeks at a time. And for us, we're gonna be doing the in-season fruits and veggies, so we're gonna be doing that a lot. But yeah, everything else is pretty much shelf cooking, if that makes sense. Another thing that I took inventory on before starting the no-buy month is I went through and made sure we had enough shampoo and conditioner, which I knew we did, but again, this is a subjective thing. Another thing for our family that we do is I do like to keep an extra supply of shampoo and conditioner on hand as well, and I did not want to deplete that inventory either. So I went ahead and purchased a second one because I knew I'd have to repurchase another one anyway without using our quote-unquote last bottle of shampoo and conditioner. So I went ahead and bought that. I bought a thing of face moisturizer because that was like pretty much out of anyway. So things like that where I knew I was gonna have to buy anyway, I went ahead and bought before the start of January. So by the time you're watching this video, you know, we won't be buying any of that stuff. So the thing that I am looking forward to is specifically when it comes to doing a no-buy, and that is a goal that my husband and I have, and I'm not gonna dive into this too much because we are gonna be talking about that in the next video. But that is when we do buy items, when we are bringing items into our home, that we're really highly focused on quality, especially for our 2 oldest, because they're going to be passing their items down to smaller siblings. So something that I want to be intentional with is when we are starting to bring more items in, is to really choose that high quality piece that will be able to be used for years versus something that might just be cutesy, which there's nothing wrong with that. But if it is poorly made or poor quality, then it's just not gonna last beyond those first few kiddos. So we're learning to spend money more on quality pieces and having it last for a long time. And this is really in regards to, I think, kids' shoes especially, because kids can be really rough on their shoes, especially during the summer when we're out running. So really investing in some high quality pieces where they're not going to be falling apart at the end of the summer and being tossed, but instead can be actually passed down from child to child. So that's another little goal that we're going to be, when it comes to actually buying stuff again, is making sure we are focused again on that quality of the actual purchase, just in hopes to, again, extend the life of it and extend the use of it and be better stewards of kind of the items that we do have in our home. Anyway, yeah, those are some of my reasons and goals for doing a no buy. Let me know down below if you guys would like to join me. I'd love to have you guys come along beside me. And if you are into doing any shelf cooking and things like that to kind of just reset your home, your budgets and everything like that to start off the new year. But thank you guys so much for being here. I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day, whatever you're doing, and God bless. Bye guys.